Hello, and welcome to today's daily run. It looks like we're starting at the plane today, and pretty chill beginning planes. Like we're playing classic run or something very nice, like a main game starting at Route 1. That's the feel that this biome brings to me. But anyway, how are you guys today? I start up stacking on some balls, just because, I noticed Pokemon doesn't have any really decent attacking moves, so I just go for it and I risk the focus punch, hoping it connects so we can avoid some nonsense, and thankfully it does. And here's a Mariana. I'm pretty sure, not this one, but I do end up catching one, just because you know me and dark types on these runs, and this time actually it ends up paying off a lot. Like, catch as many dark types as you can along the way, because you already know that the final boss is going to be Latias, and they did fix the problem either with the AI or with the moveset, so Latias now does have or goes for Dragon Pulse, so it's not as easy as it was before. If you just had a dark type, you could wall it, but anyway, still pretty good. Here we have the first trainer of the battle. It's a double battle, of course, and it's kind of tough actually, just for the fact that both these mons are fully evolved and mine are not, except for Mariana and Passimian, who is already dead. So thankfully I am able to get through this with Magby and Krogunk, but not without costing me some mons. But hey, if we don't die, we're in the positive here, so let's just keep going. We take out the trainer. I see a black belt that goes immediately to Krogunk, like better than regular potions in Pokeballs could ever be. And one more Mariana. There are a lot of Marianas here in the beginning, so really should catch one if you can, because later on they throw like a bunch of psychic types and nonsense at you that won't really help you in the final boss, so try to diversify as much as possible right in the beginning. I catch this Golbat right here, mainly because I think it was going to finish off the rest of my team if I didn't, like and that's the same reason why I catch this one, because I'm like, I'm not gonna survive this, I don't want to lose a bunch of mons, so I just randomly throw in Ultra Ball, and thank god it stays, and now we have double bats. Boys, we're cooking. Take this opportunity to heal Mariana a bit, just because it's doing a lot of work. Krogunk is in the red though, and it's been doing quite some work as well, so we need to heal that up or not use it in the next battle. And our first boss of the run is Chunky Boy, and you can never go wrong having a Snorlax on your team, like honestly. I am going to catch it, like I have two Golbats, and I already started with a poison type in Krogunk, so really no point in keeping both Golbats, like thank god, because I would like just immediately lose at the end. So Snorlax stays in the bowl really easily, which is nice, and Magby is evolving as well, so we're gonna go like to the second part of this with a Magmar, which is nice. Right here, we are at the Grassy Fields now, and we see a Breloom, which I mean, decent mon, Leech Seed and whatnot, but already have a fighting type, so I'm good. I just pass on it, and if you're playing along and building your team with me, just go ahead and do not put it on your team, because it won't be able to do anything against Latias. Now we have double Leaf Boys, so another dark type, which is nice. I do not catch it because I wasn't really thinking about adding another dark type to the team. Eventually I do end up adding it just because I'm curious about the ability the mon has, but anyway, we'll get to it when we get to it. It's gonna be a little bit further, I think. I do end up catching it, but I don't keep it, and Krogunk learned Poison Jab, and now it has a really strong move. Another Breloom. Do not catch this, like you don't need this, it's a good mon, and if you do catch it, you either want to ditch it before the boss or have a really solid team so you do not have to use it on the boss, which is also really possible actually with Latias. So anyway, we have another Shiftry and another Breloom, so no really variety happening right now, and that's how you know they're planning something for the final boss. Like, why are you throwing all these mons that look amazing at me and they're pretty strong, fully evolved? Like, why are you giving me this if it's gonna suck, You just have to not trust anybody in this world, honestly. Which is sad, but well, gotta get those vouchers. We have the second trainer of the run right here. Honestly, she has a lot of mons, and some of them are kind of annoying, like Pelipper and, you know, Carkol was a bit troubling for me because I had to switch around a bit, but didn't end up doing that much to me because of assurance. And that's pretty much what I have to say about this Pokemon, actually. I don't like it a lot. Like, I don't like the big cartoony eyes. I think it doesn't match with the rest of the design, but it's a good mon and it's fairly decent. So here's a Spinda. Like, I always think that's really weird that the Spinda pattern they chose for this game is the one that has no spots on its head. Like, it seems too naked, man. Why would you do that? Like, but anyway, here's another Shiftry. And as I said, I did not know Shiftry had Windrider, and that piques my interest a lot. So I do catch it and end up adding it to the team. I am like really just, I think, mesmerized. I was like, wow, I did not know this. I just ditched Passimian because it hasn't been doing anything. It has terrible moves and, you know, already have Krogan. Anyway, let's head to floor 17 and see another Breloom. But first, Krogan is gonna evolve because I used a rare candy on it. Honestly, the only bad side about Krogan is that it evolves kinda late, but it doesn't really matter that much on daily runs because you can just, you know, stack XP without using them on. So, well, here are the boys of the floors 11 through 19 that basically are the only mons available to catch right here. And I grabbed Scorching Sands for Magmar. I don't use it once in the run, but, you know, it's coverage and it's a good move. So, well, I kinda lied. There's a Fungus as well if you want another weakness to Latias. But other than that, yeah, pretty much 2 mons to catch on the grass fields. And both them are not that good, so let's just take the potion. Our team is not like looking that good, but should be a grass leader right here, and it is Erica, so I'm pretty confident with Golbat and Toxicroak. I can do this pretty much no trouble. I have a Snorlax in the back as well if I need it. So yeah, I'd say things are going pretty smoothly so far. And yeah, there goes Vileplume. Toxicroak wants Nasty-Plot. I do not want it. I just go ahead and keep KOing the mons. They have low HP. I think Tangela was low and it was the last one. And it was. So now we are at the tall grass with the Steenie. And don't really need it. I already have my grass type for the run, which is gonna be Shiftry. And honestly, I did not notice, but in this run, I end up with a lot of mons that have Sucker Punch at the end. And that's amazing for me. And surprisingly, one of them is not Lokix. I did not catch Lokix this run just because I've been using it a lot and wanted to switch around a bit. Now here we had a little cut because my phone for some reason deleted the footage for floor 24, but here's a trainer for floor 25. And she starts off with Pilava, she has a Haunter and a Dashbun. And honestly, pretty decent team, I'd say. If she had fully evolved mons, this would be a really tough battle actually. I take Flamethrower over Fire Punch, just to, you know, maximize the damage, switching to Golbat to avoid the dig, and just bite the hell out of the bunny. And then she starts switching around like a dummy, like they always do. And it's honestly amazing to take advantage of. And you'll see that later on the gym leader that pretty much just forfeited the match by doing this. Anyway, I don't get Belly Drum because I like Snorlax being tanky and don't like the idea of losing half my HP without having a reliable recovery move. So Hyper Potion it is, another Lokix. I do not catch it. As I said, I'm not using it on this run. But by all means, if you have not caught a Dark type yet, or if you have a room on your team that you won't be needing anything specific, you can always grab it. It's nice. You learn Sucker Punch and First Impression, both super effective and priority against Latias. So right here, most of my team can learn Shadow Ball, but I realized the only mon that can't is the mon that I would like it on. That it's, you know, Magmar because it's special attacker, because the rest is pretty much physical. So yeah, I pass on Shadow Ball. Just gonna go ahead and keep taking out some mons, and now we arrive at the second gym leader of the run, which is this dude that has grass types. Just kidding, I know his name is Brassius, but not really a memorable gym leader, I'd say, especially on those runs. Well, oh well, with Toxicroak, Magmar, and, you know, Golbat, I get through this pretty easily. I actually pretty much take everything out with Magmar, and maybe finish off the last bone. I think Arboliva kills me right here, and I go for Golbat to just finish it off really easily. So not really anything to note on this battle. If you have a well-balanced team or a fire type or a Golbat, you know, there are a lot of ways you can get through this pretty easily. Anyway, floor 31 we go. We are at the cave now. I noticed this Graveler has a Great Out Ball, so I'm thinking hitting ability. I start chucking balls and I catch it. It has Sand Veil, which is nice. I registered the ability but do not keep them on, as I do not like to have mons that are slow and have quad weaknesses on the team, because that's just asking to die. So here's an X-Cloud. Dies pretty easily to low kick. Honestly, Toxicroak does a bunch of work in this run. I really recommend you keeping it, even though it's gonna not do as much against Latias. Oh, and here's the Parasect with the Great Out Ball. I'm trying to catch it as well because I'm thinking hitting ability, maybe 2 for 2. And it does has Damp, which is pretty useless, but hey, it's mine now. I see a Noibat, and pretty sure that's gonna be the last one I'm gonna catch for the run. I'm figuring I'm gonna switch out Golbat because I already have another Poison type, and you know, it hasn't evolved, and there's no guarantee it will evolve into a Crobat before Latias, so just go ahead and ditch it. But as I was saying before I rudely interrupted myself, is that Sucker Punch on Toxicroak makes it worth it for you to take to the last floor just for the priority and the high attack stat. And Noibat is already evolving, which is nice. It learns Dragon Pulse upon evolving, so it's pretty much set with its moves, having Air Slash and Dragon Pulse. That's pretty much all you're gonna need. It does learn like Hurricane and some stuff, but hey, it's good for now. Here's an Ampharos, and I used High Horsepower to take it out because I do not have a ground type. That doesn't really sound like me because that's like the first thing I go for in a run, but hey, Mighty Anna is here and learning to play rough, so yeah, Mawile dies pretty easily. This trainer was kind of easy with the team I had, honestly. I give the Grip Claw to Noivern, but honestly, I don't think Noivern does anything this run. Maybe I used it once on a random battle, I don't know. And I take Fire Blast over Lava Plume and Tailwind over Air Cutter just for the utility. Not gonna be going for Air Cutter anytime soon, having Air Slash, so yeah. Noivern doesn't really have anything I want, so I just go ahead and take Sucker Punch on Shiftry. As I remember, it did not have a Dark type move yet, so, and you want the priority because Latias is kind of fast, you know, and it will try to attack you, pretty sure, so it's nice. We take out the Diggersby, and there's a Swillbite right here. Nothing that exciting. At least I'm rolling a lot of decent healing items. Right here, I really struggle with myself internally to not catch this Ursaluna just because I don't have balls. I have like 5 Pokeballs, and I don't want to go through the trouble. Like, my team is good enough already. And here's the final gym leader, Brock. I just go for Toxicroak and start immediately low kicking everything, and Brock, I don't really understand what his strategy was here. I was debating over taking Hurricane, and I took it over Rooks, by the way. But anyway, he just keeps switching around. He does KO my Toxicroak because I actually let it go down. And I just start Leaf Blading everything, and he just keeps switching around and giving me free kills on everything. And since Shiftry is fast, even when I KO a Mon, all his Mons are able to be KO'd with Shiftry pretty easily. So thank you for the easy win, Brock, I guess. And we're at the final stretch of our run at the laboratory. Do not catch this mug. These last 9 floors are completely bait. It's filled with poison types. I mean, I'm catching mug, but it's just because of the grayed out Pokeball. I'm hunting for hidden abilities, and it does have poison touch, so yeah, but I didn't add it to the team. Right here, I almost teach Draco Meteor to Buddy Boy. It's Noivern, the name. But I decided not to because, you know, it can miss easier. And more bait for you to catch. There are like 3,700 Uniquenesses on these floors. They're pretty much just trying to make you break and catch something that's either gonna be useless or won't be able to be fast enough to do anything. So yeah. Also, there's a Rotom here. You can catch it if you want to, or if you feel like you'll need a little bit more coverage with Ghost. I think it only has Hex, but hey, it's something at least. Depending on your strategy, that can be good. Now I start racking up some X items for the trainer on floor 45. And a citrus to Snorlax, and here it is, the final trainer for the run. It is a breeder and it leads off with a Glamora. I immediately remember high horsepower and, you know, pretty much a one shot. I yawn with my Diana and switch into Snorlax just to conserve some HP. I crunch Zoroark, it dies. Like, I'm 15 levels higher than this month? Like, what's happening here? Why am I so over leveled? I don't even think I rolled that many experience shares, but hey, not complaining. I just pretty much get through all those months with Snorlax, not even having to heal, which is nice. I end up using the elixir on Snorlax because he used a lot of moves, you know, and we're back at the giant fetuses. As I said, there are a lot of these. Do not catch it, they won't help you at all at the end, unless you're running some weird specific trick room team, whatever, don't do it. I start grabbing a lot of X accuracies because hate missing moves and losing runs because of missing moves. Now, I'm trying to roll something decent, but I'm out of money, basically, and honestly, I don't see my Diana surviving enough to do anything more than sucker punching once, so I'm not really that worried. I roll as much as I can, but my money runs out, so I use a regular potion on a Snorlax actually, because I feel it's more useful. Anyway, here's Latias, and my strategy here is basically just sucker punch until it dies. I wasn't expecting it to have Dragon Pulse, but thankfully I have a lot of sucker punching mons, so I'm able to take it down pretty quickly. Noivern unfortunately does nothing because it has a negative speed nature and it gets outsped. But anyway, I have a lot of things that can sucker punch, and Snorlax is able to survive and finish it off. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye!